What's up, you guys? Teddy Sharker here, and in this video, I'll be giving my prediction for the main event of UFC 296, Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington. And my original prediction for this fight was Colby Covington, but yesterday, after seeing that press conference, I don't know anymore. If you guys missed it, Colby and Leon were having back and forth. Colby was he kind of started off the press conference with his usual trash talk. It wasn't too personal. It was just kind of something you could probably laugh at. It was kind of a bit it wasn't too harsh. It was kind of playground insults. He was saying Leon didn't even finish elementary school, and that's, Leon's not gonna get offended by that. It's just regular trash talk. And then obviously Kobe went after Ian Gary. He went after Wonderboy, which was kind of funny, but it was a bit weird because he was calling Wonderboy a pedophile. He was saying how he drives around in his karate van with no windows and he lures kids, basically describing what a predator would do, and kind of painting Wonderboy in that light. Which I mean, it was funny, but come on, it's obviously not true. It's not true, and you're not even fighting the guy, and you probably won't even fight him. And then he went after, or Tony Ferguson went after Colby after Colby was saying he doesn't care about who's on his card and he's the main event, he's the star of the show. And Tony Ferguson didn't like that, so he was F you, Colby, I'm the real main event. They started going back and forth. Colby kind of makes fun of Tony for being on a 6-fight losing streak, but he actually wants Tony to win. And Tony's he still argues, but then after a while, they're both oh, you know what? We're Americans. Let's just beat these British guys up, because Tony's fighting Patty and Kobe's fighting Leon. And up to this point, it's a pretty good press conference. It's nothing too serious, nothing over the line. It's entertaining, just pure entertainment. But then, a reporter asked Kobe and Leon what they thought about Kamaru Usman saying that Kobe is the biggest star in the division. And Colby, he starts saying that, Usman's a smart man. He got pay-per-view checks from both of us, and he knows that it didn't cash when he fought Leon. And Leon was that doesn't matter. He knocked you out. And he actually kind of got him good there. And then Colby went full denial mode. He was saying, he looked like he was a bit shocked at first. And then he was what? He didn't knock me out. I beat his ass for 5 rounds straight. And then, Leon just kept saying, oh, he did knock you out? And, you could tell that kind of got Kobe. He was frustrated at that. And it got him to the point where he, to retaliate, he went, super low. Leon basically just, pushed him, and, Kobe just, socked him in the face. He said, I'll take you to a place where you don't want to be. I'll take you to the 7th layer of hair. And I think he botched that because earlier he was talking about Leon Edwards' hair and how Leon has a bald spot, and he was saying, oh, show that meteor, that thing's ugly as hell, which is a good line. But yeah, he messed up his line. He meant to say 7 layers of hell, and he said it again. And after he said it, he said, we'll see what's up to your dad while we're there. And that obviously triggered Leon. He did what any reasonable person would have done. It's not about keeping your composure in that situation. The guy is going too far, and you need to stand up for yourself in that situation. And that's exactly what Leon Edwards did by throwing that water bottle at him with really good accuracy, to be fair, because it could have hit Wonderboy or Brandon Royval, but it hit Kobe, so that was great accuracy. And then they stood up. Kobe, he kind of looked a bit happy, and I don't know if it's just me, but he kind of looked a bit shook. You could tell he didn't really want to get in Leon's face. He was kind of just happy, and when the crowd was chanting USA, Kobe was kind of waving his hand and yeah, let's go America, but he looked a bit shook to me. It was interesting to see, but yeah, I've seen some people say that, oh, Leon's just emotional, he's gonna lose because of this. And he really could lose because he gets too aggressive, he doesn't follow the game plan, and he just leaves himself exposed to getting taken down. And the thing is, Like, I think that this fight's gonna be won in the first 2 rounds. I'm not saying there's gonna be a finish in the first 2 rounds, but whoever wins the first 2 rounds, I think they're gonna have a significant advantage going like into the rest of the fight. And the reason I say that is because for Colby, if he wins the first 2 rounds, he's gonna be able to like get those takedowns and like fatigue Leon enough to the point where in the last 3 rounds he's gonna be really struggling. And if Leon just manages to keep him on feet, he can inflict enough damage on Colby to take his legs away and not have that explosiveness you need for takedowns and hit his body a bit to slow his gassing down a bit. But yeah, I think that this fight's gonna be won in the first 2 rounds. And we'll see how Leon comes because he hasn't really had to deal with that, Like before this, like what Colby said, like all the trash talk he's had, it was kind of like, regular trash talk. It wasn't like personal or anything. Like the trash talk he had with Usman, like the worst thing I think Usman said was um he had like there's nothing you didn't know in all our fights that prove you can beat me. I think that's the worst thing he said. And Leon was like, what's the excuse for the headshot you got? And yeah, that was the extent of it. It wasn't really personal or anything with Usman. You could tell Kamaru and Leon actually respected each other, like going into the second fight and going into the third fight. But with Colby, it seemed like Leon kind of didn't really like him and he thought he was like a bum. But now it's like Leon's like kind of like, he's like, okay, I really want to piece you up now. I really want to like beat the F out of you. And now it seems like Colby, like, every time we hear the same thing, like, oh, he's just playing character, like, don't take it serious, this and that. But what I think is happening for Colby is it's kind of like similar to Batman. Like, Bruce Wayne has two personas, like his original self and then Batman. But as time goes on, you can tell, like, he's acting like he's Bruce Wayne when in reality he's really Batman. And Colby, he's acting like he's a bad guy and like secretly he's a good guy, but it seems like he's actually turning into the bad guy and he's acting like the good guy sometimes. Because like if you're just playing an act or a character, you should never go that far. Like for example, Chael Sonnen, like he wasn't really playing an act, but he was like still going down that same route. I guess you could say Henry Cejudo's kind of done the same thing, where like these guys are like trash talking. But it's like more so Chael than Cejudo. Like Chael, he's like witty, he's like sharp on the mic. He's got some good comebacks. He's got some funny trash talk, and it's pretty creative and clever. Cejudo's like it's a bit more on the cringy side, but he's getting better at his trash talk. But the thing about Cejudo is he's never getting personal. Like it was pretty like obviously there's a lot of trash talk with TJ Dillashaw and Aljamain Sterling. But it wasn't like personal where he was bringing up like how I think Aljamain I don't know, I think Aljamain Sterling like grew up with his mom or something like that, so he could have said something about his dad, but he didn't. And yeah, he just kept it respectful and honest. It was just like trash talk. But Colby, like, he's done this in the past. Like he talked about Matt Hughes getting run over by like a train. He kind of like made a joke out of that. Then he talked about like Usman's manager that like passed away. He said he'll be watching from hell. And he said like Usman's dad, like he was making fun of his dad for being in jail. And then like with Jorge Masvidal, he didn't like trash talk Masvidal's kids. But he was saying like how Jorge is like a deadbeat dad and he doesn't care about his kids. And he's not afraid to talk about like other people, like his relatives and people that are close to them, which in my opinion, like fighters should never talk about like your family, especially like your parents, or like that's crazy to me. You should never talk about like their religion either, like that's going too far. And you should never talk about a fighter's like wife or woman. And Colby, he talked about Ian Gary's wife and he was saying like he called her like a hoe. He said like how many of you guys have like slept with her and this and that. And me personally, I don't like Ian Gary, but I'm not gonna like, he's got his wife, I'm not gonna talk about her. if he loves her, that's his business. Like, I don't care about that. Like, I just don't like Ian Gary as a person. So I'm gonna talk trash about Ian Gary, but not about his wife. But Colby like brought his wife into it, and like all Ian Gary really said about him was, "You're famous for like losing to Kamaru Usman," and Ian Gary has no right to talk trash about Colby, and he should be expecting a fire back. But sometimes I feel like that line doesn't need to be crossed. Like with Leon, just keep it as a competitive rivalry. Like the guy's done nothing to you. The worst thing he said is like you don't deserve the title shot, and like you're kind of like you've only been guys who are over 35 years old, and that's true. Like sometimes the truth hurts, but like don't go at him for like his dad that got murdered when Leon was 13 years old. Like come on, that's just way too far in my opinion. I didn't like that. And that's why I think I'm gonna go with Leon Edwards in this way. Like, I feel like you just can't lose to your guy that takes things that far. Like sometimes there's external factors that go into who wins a fight. And Colby could definitely be on Leon's head, but that's not a bad thing. It can be, obviously, if he gets like too reckless, too like emotional. But I feel like he's got a strong team around him. Like we've seen his coach like be able to like get him back into the fight. Like in the second Usman fight, like his coach was like, "Come on, Rock," this and that. So I feel like his coach is pretty good. I think he's gonna have his brother in his corner too to like kind of calm him down. And it's just that like when if Kobe does get hurt, I feel like that's when Leon's just gonna go all in, and we'll see what happens. Because Kobe does like shoot some pretty sloppy takedowns when he gets hurt, so I don't think Leon's gonna be too worried about like I don't think he should be too worried about like overstanding when if he hurts Kobe. Like it as soon as you hurt Kobe, just go all in. Like especially if he's hurt like pretty bad, like just go for the finish, go for the kill. I don't mind that. But what I do think Leon's gonna do, I think he's gonna come out and like be the aggressor. Like he's gonna be like trading with Kobe. I think he's gonna be standing in the middle of the cage. Like Kobe's gonna try to pressure him, but Leon's gonna like take some side steps, grab him in the clinch, like elbow him a few times, maybe near him, like butcher him in the clinch. And yeah, I think he's gonna be a bit too big for Kobe. Like I think he's gonna be able to fight the hands really well, get the underhooks, defend the takedowns. Like yeah, it's like Kobe leaves so many openings, and there's so many openings that I don't think he's been able to fix all of them. And when you take some of that time off, you're gonna be a bit rusty. Like we've seen that Kobe when he came back after the like for the second Usman fight, he looked rusty. Like he looked a bit gun shy. Like in the first two rounds, especially, like he was a bit unsure of himself. Like, and if you do that against Leon, he's gonna like damage your leg, damage your body. So he's got to get in Leon's face right away. But I think Leon's gonna catch him with some shots early. He's gonna hurt him. Like I think he's gonna, he's not gonna fight at Colby the way he fought Usman the third time, or the way he fought Nate Diaz. Because in those two fights, like it kind of looked like he was like just doing enough to win. He wasn't like trying to finish them. It looked like, of course, he landed some hard shots, like some hard body kicks, some hard punches, and all that. But it didn't really look like he was like, I want to like KO you, bro. Like he wasn't like throwing everything into his shots. But I think with Kobe is gonna be different, and this could like work in Kobe's favor though. But yeah, I just don't know. I don't like that. I think Leon's gonna like just talking about someone's dad that passed away, like and saying he's in hell. Like I don't know, man. Leon can't lose this fight.